Good morning, welcome back to BT. Well, spring cleaning, it's not a bad idea to remind yourself of proper hand washing and why your kids should be doing it more importantly than anybody else. Here we've got some help. We brought in the lady who knows. Chantel WRHA is a community infection prevention and control professional. Yes. You'll notice when she waved, her hands were very clean.
They were.
They were very clean. And we're gonna get mine clean too, but first we want to talk about why. Why is it oh so important that everybody's washing their hands?
Well, you know, we're always worried about people getting sick, and we don't want to be sick. I mean, you know, as fun as it is staying in bed for a day or two, you really don't like being sick.
It's nice to have the time off work.
Yes, it is, but it's not fun being sick. And one of the easiest ways we can stay healthy is just making sure our hands are washed at the appropriate times.
It's a simple, small thing. You said times. When am I washing my hands?
Well, when you're washing your hands, there's some really important times. Number one, my personal favorite is after using the washroom.
Good idea.
Number two is before handling, preparing, eating, serving food. You want to wash it when you come in at the end of the day. Before you come into your home, you don't want to bring all the outside germs back to your home.
Great point. So kids come home from school, they've been shaking hands, having lunches.
That's right, playing, you know, in the dirt and, you know, trading boogers, so to speak. They want to wash their hands when they get home.
Okay, so we got where and when, and now we got to do it right properly first off. I'm going to take off my rings and watches.
Right.
Right, okay, so that one's a sticky one. So we get in there, and then we're going to use hot running water.
Well, warm. Too hot or too cold, you know, is it's rough on the skin.
Okay.
So make sure they're wet down. Now you want about 1 pump of hand soap in there.
Okay.
And then you want to start rubbing it around. So on your palms, on the back of your palms, between your fingers as you're doing that.
Okay.
You want to do the tips of your fingers in the palm of the opposite hands.
Oh, for the nails?
Yes,
okay.
And then do this to get the cuticles.
This one?
Do the thumbs.
Okay.
And don't forget the wrists.
All right, wrists too.
Then you want to rinse your hands thoroughly.
All right. Okay, now, we were going pretty intensive there and scrubbing things off. How long should I be going it for?
You should be doing it for about 15 seconds.
Okay.
Now, you know how long is 15 seconds? About the time it takes to sing happy birthday to yourself.
Birthday to me.
And that's the rubbing part. The rinsing, just as long as the soap's off, that's all you need.
Okay,
it's the rubbing of the soap that should take 15 seconds.
Okay, and then once it's off, but you said I got to make sure that I'm rinsed well as well.
That's correct.
Why is that?
Well, because any soap residue can be really hard on the skin.
Okay. Okay, now before I turn it off.
That's right. You want a piece of paper towel.
Thank you very much.
You want to dry your hands. Pat them dry more than rub because it's easier on the hands as well.
Okay.
Because people complain all the time that their hands get rough and dry from washing their hands so often. So these are little tips that you can use so you don't get your hands don't get as worn down.
Pat instead of wipe. Okay, and
That's
now
right.
I'm ready to turn off the water.
That's right. And use that paper towel to turn it off because you turned it on with dirty hands. You don't want to recontaminate your hands afterwards.
Good thinking. Okay, so now we're clean, we're ready to go, and we're ready to take things on. What about the idea of using something like this to clean my hands? Can I do as good a job?
Definitely. This is a great alternative, especially if you don't have access to a clean sink, running water, things like that. As long as your hands aren't visibly soiled, so as long as you can't see something like dirt or grease or ketchup or chocolate in my case.
Mine too. How much do I need?
You need probably about a dime size in it. And that's good. That's good. And then if you're putting it in your purse or your pocket, you want to close it and put it away before you clean your hands because this is dirty.
Right, good point. There you go.
So you want to use the same technique as before and sing happy birthday while you're doing it.
Happy birthday to Sean. It's actually his birthday today too.
Oh, is it? Well, happy birthday, Sean.
So what we'll do is we'll make sure our hands are clean before we cut his cake later on. What we'll do, we'll put all the information and all the tips for moms and dads on breakfasttelevision.ca if you want to make sure that your hands are clean and you're staying out of the hospital visits and making sure the little ones are feeling good. All that info on breakfasttelevision.ca. Going to take a break. Still plenty to come.
My hands are dirty.
Only I wash my hands. Still plenty to come today on BT.
Dirty feelings going on. You know I almost hit the ceiling when I woke up and you were gone. I took you in with you.